I've a huge regard for him. I think he's a brilliant manager. I've a lot of time for Neil, and I have a lot of respect for him. I think the job that he did here, firstly as a player, he was a fantastic player. He's one of those players that every team needs. You know, he does all the dirty work, lets the others play, but he's an outstanding footballer, and I had a great playing career here at Celtic. It's not an easy job to do, but to then move from playing into becoming the manager at Celtic and having the 4 years that he did have here and the success he had was absolutely magnificent. You know, time he moved on. I remember I was at Liverpool at the time, and Everton were supposedly looking for a manager when I think it was David was then going to Manchester United. And I thought at that time, I felt that a perfect candidate would have been Neil Lennon. You know, at that time I was thinking, right, okay, he's managed a big club. And when you manage Celtic, you know, and the expectations that's here, then you can manage any club. And that was my feeling. So without being disrespectful, when he went to Bolton, I was a little bit surprised, because he's definitely a Premier League manager, and I felt has the qualities to manage there. So yeah, it didn't work out at Bolton, but he's come up, and you can see how he's reinvigorated Hibs, got a winning mentality. He's got a love of the game, which I always enjoy talking to Neil, and we've been out for a few meals and that. He loves football. His passion's football. So he'll want to come and get a good result. There's no doubt about that, and we hopefully will get a result also. I'm not sure. I think that I'm happy we're playing at home. Haven't been away for 3 games. You know, it'll be sell-out crowds. It'll be 60-odd thousand. I think that it should be a good game. They've got Anthony Stokes up front, who can muster a goal out of nothing and get good qualities. The boy Boyle on the side's fast. He's quick, you know. And the young boy McKinnon's a good footballer in midfield. They're always going to be competitive. So yeah, they had some really good results, and of course some results that Neil wouldn't have been so happy with, where they maybe dropped their level, and this is a league in here that every team is normally at it. So you have to, if you want to maintain the level at the top end, you have to have big concentration, and your work rate needs to be right. So we expect a tough game, like we always do, but as always we'll look to impose our game and hopefully get the right result. He's got an issue with his meniscus, so it's one that, firstly, as a young player, what you don't want to do is you don't want to go for surgery if you don't have to in a young player. So the medical team feel this is something that that we can sort of conserve that by him resting over these next couple of weeks. So after tomorrow's game, he'll clock out of training and out of work, so that gives him a couple of weeks away to see if it'll repair naturally itself. If it doesn't, then he may require sort of minor surgery on it, just to skim it, really, the meniscus. So he's been available to train. He's been some sort of pain every now and then when his knee locks, but after tomorrow he'll have the rest, and then we'll see what he's like after the international break.